Okay.
Should we
All right.
start?
I think we should get started because we really only have time for those three presentations. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a celebrity.
Dear-
It's not filming here.
Dear colleagues and respected Professor Ines Nargal, I am going to present a concept paper, How to Use Social Media in Indian Elections. And I have developed this concept based on the unique experiment done by the Barack Obama and my own experience in Indian elections, which I gained during my last 15-year government services. Here in India, there are so many elected representatives, but there are two main elected representatives, and both are elected directly by the public. One is called Member of Parliament. They represent the public, their constituents in Indian Parliament, and another representative called MLA. I have written there, MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly. They are also directly elected by the public and they represent their constituents in Legislative Assembly. India is a big country and it is divided into states. So there are two main Legislative Assembly. One is at central level Parliament and the other is at state level called Legislative Assembly. The content of this paper I have divided in 6 parts. Introduction, current situation, stakeholders and their benefits, constraints, involvement of stakeholders and implementation strategy and cost. Now question, in the introduction, why social media needed as a new tool in India? There should be some demand, that's why then it will be practicable, then it will be feasible, otherwise not. So I have mentioned a few reasons. Fast growing awareness among the public, increasing demand and expectations of the voters, existing tools are slow, less effective, lengthy and outdated procedures. In Indian politics, competition is increasing day by day, unfaithfulness of the middle stage actors. I would like to explain this point. In India, politics is hierarchical, state level president, divisional level president, district level president, as Jaideep explained, similar is the condition. If a state president wants to convey something to the village level, voter or worker or officials, then it will come through these stages. And these stages may create problem due to some reasons. So public don't want in between them, between the leaders and between them. There is a psychological change in perception. Public is now not in the mood to neither wait nor they do have the time. And in India, public gathering is a very particular feature, peculiar feature. It is very difficult to collect large public in forms of political meetings. And Indian elections are not like US. It is stretched over a long period. It is a very limited, hardly we can say 2 months. So it is time bound with limited resources and increased compliance of the rules and regulations to make it free, fair and fearless elections, and frequent information sharing and furnishing. The objective of this my concept paper is how to implement Obama's lesson in India, how to program to use social media tools in Indian elections, how voters, politicians and officials can engage, communicate in elections, and how to gather feedback, share information, solve problems, seek opinions and suggestions after elections, during elections and after elections, because Obama is doing like that. So this concept is based on this concept, and I myself is inspired by the Barack Obama. And last is how to meet the demands and expectations which is growing day by day from the politicians. Current situations. In India, BJP was the ruling party at the state, at the center, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. In 2004 elections, BJP started e-campaign by allocating 5% of total budget of the campaign for the e-governance, and that was a trend setter step by the BJP. After that, in India elections are held after 5 years, like 4 years in US. Congress focused youth by Rahul Gandhi using social media, while BJP was inspired by the Obama, so they adopted 360-degree campaign. Many national leaders like our Prime Minister, Sonia Gandhi, and all Atal Bihari Vajpayee, LK Advani, almost all leaders are having their own sites and they are using the social media in different ways, like they are having the Facebook accounts, they are having they are using Twitter, YouTube and Arcos. Since I belong to state UP, so my focus is UP, how I am going after going there, how I will use this thing, how I will practical this thing there. So in UP also there are four major political parties, I have mentioned that, and they also having their own sites and their leaders are using Facebook, Arcus and YouTube social media for social and political networking. But the sad part of whole story is that it is not systematized and they are not able to harness the benefit of social media to the desired extent, to the desired level to which we can. So here we need the government intervention, and that is the need why I have developed this concept. There are many stakeholders in whole concept. Election Commission of India is the nodal authority which conducts, which directs, which controls everything in the elections of Member of Parliament and Member of Legislative Assembly. Central government, state government, local government, media person, NGOs and IT industry, public, society at large. So whole stakeholders I have divided in 4 categories: government and related offices engaged in the elections, IT and associated industry, political party and politicians, and lastly overall public and the society. Constraints. This is main issue. If we will not focus on this, our concept, our project will not be able to reach to the desired destination. So in the constraints, there are 2 types of constraints: cultural constraints and technological constraints. E-governance readiness index, I will talk later on, but in India, internet user is about 3.8%. It is old data. I talked to some IT person in India, in the ministry. They told it is, the current data is about 4%. While in USA it is more than 58%. So this is one thing. We are only percentage is very low. And there is another problem in a rural area. Internet user are very less. We can say no. And in urban we are having that. In e-government readiness index, as per the UN data, US is fourth, not first, it is fourth. But in harnessing the benefit of social media in election, it is the first. I would like to quote one more example. In India, we are not using the ballot papers. We are not using the ballot papers. We have digitized our ballot papers in India. And in the past, when it was a paper, when ballot was in the form of paper, we used to sit 48 hours continuously in counting. But now, within 4 hours, everything is clear and without any fatigue and any difficulty. Here in USA, the developed country, number 1 country in India, they are still using the ballot, paper ballot. So there are something, in some field we are, in spite of this much, in spite of this much of the internet user, we are number 1 in the electronic voting machine. That is that machine which we have developed, that is called the electronic voting machine. Anyway, other constraints are digital literacy is very low, rumor mongering and false information spreading may create a problem. I will let you recent example later on. Lack of awareness of the benefits of the social media, and India is a second most populous country after China. So everybody wish to have a personalized emails. So it is very difficult to manage that, and this is the more difficult cultural change in the public to manage the how to manage the acceptance, and technological constraint lack of user-friendly software, digitally illiterate public and voters, non-availability of software, unreliable electricity supply, and paucity of the personnel locally. Required legal frame is not in place, and as I told you, in India there are so many regional languages, so we need